All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Let's see who we got in here. Sharon Berry, how are you doing today? It's good to appreciate you coming in. I think it's the first time I've seen you. Of course, that don't mean anything. Sometimes I overlook people. Michael, NB Heritage Farms, how are you doing? Hope y'all didn't get too much snow over there. I can't remember if y'all got snow that part of the country or not. Randy from Arkansas Micro Farm. I was watching your video on how to, or reasons why you homestead and all that. I made me pause for thought on some things. Hog Deer Cody, how in the world are you? Hey, let me show you something, Cody. Boom. Already got it packaged up. Just got to get to the post office. Hey there, Bryson. How are you? Good to see you this morning. It has been a rainy morning here in South Mississippi. I want you to know that we have had some kind of rain, but that's all right. We need rain. It just makes it a little bit slippery to get out into the chicken coop, the chicken run. Hello there, Michaela. Hey, no problem. No problem, Cody. Hey there, Heather, with Garden to Table with Heather Lynn. It's good to see you here this morning. You rolling? Well, oh, you driving down the road somewhere? Had a hard freeze. Now back up in the 60s. So that's us too, Michael. We over the weekend we got down in the mid 20s or so, just for one night. But it was it got pretty cold. The wind was so bad. I can't hardly handle all that wind. My blood is too thin. I ain't got enough layers on me or something to ward off all that cold. But yeah, Michaela, you doing all right? I hope you're doing well this morning. Blenda, my beautiful bride, she's actually in the living room. I got the light off. She has these headaches, and when storms and fronts and stuff comes through, it does something with the pressure. I don't understand all that. But anyway, the pressure kind of messes with her head a little bit. Hey, Leanne, it's good to see you. Oh, while I am thinking about it, hey, Squirrel. While I am thinking about it, y'all, tomorrow is Blenda's birthday. Y'all want to know how old she is? Y'all want to know what kind of old lady that I am married to? I mean, hold on just a second. Let me see if she's. Just making sure she wasn't giving me the eyeball, those stink eye, whatever they call it. I appreciate that, Michaela. I will tell her, Blenda, Michaela says she hopes you feel better so you get back to work. Actually, she didn't say all that. I ad-libbed a little bit. Leanne, she is. She's going to be 25 years old. I married a young'un, didn't I? I got folks on here telling you happy birthday, Blenda. She would have come in here and she may wind up popping her head in, but I don't know. But it all depends on how she's doing. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to have to celebrate another year in the life of Blenda, and I am so proud that she chose to spend it with me. I can tell you this: she's lived with me longer than she's younger than your wife. Hey, Cody, we just don't tell their ages. We just not gonna. We ain't gonna mention that. She stuck with me for 30 years, and if I go to mentioning ages, she may not stick with me too much longer. And another thing, while I'm thinking about it, y'all see Hog Deer 79 on there. I am hoping to get him on our live stream maybe next week or the next. It's going to have to be on a Thursday evening. Yeah, that's true. Leanne. If she puts up with me, she puts up with a lot, don't she? Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Hog Deer 79. I'm hoping to get him on my live show. I want y'all to meet him. He lives out in West Texas, and he is Gail from Gail Southern Living, Coupon Gail. I don't know, Sandy Crafts. She's got a zillion channels. I can't keep up with all of them, but y'all, everybody knows Gail. Anyway, that's her brother, and I have really enjoyed his channel. Hey, speaking of Gail, there she is. And he actually is going to be on Gail's live stream Sunday. And I don't know what time that is, Gail. If you'll throw that out there, it sure would be nice because I can't remember nothing. But I have been, of course, these are things that's right up my alley. Oh, wait a minute. While I'm thinking about it, I have this horrible, horrible habit of procrastinating. I'm sorry. Hey, Kansas. Cindy and Gary over there, Pathways Homestead. I have this horrible, horrible habit of procrastinating. And it's amazing that I get anything done around here. But the last 2 weeks, last week I had kind of a mix up with my scheduling on my life. This week I waited to the very last minute. I thought I had sent the email, done all that kind of stuff. And anyway, I didn't. I'm sorry. I apologize. So we're going to have another free-for-all. So I want y'all to get it in your mind right now that that you just get the fear out of your system and go ahead and say, I'm going to pop up on the live with Chuck and make his live go so much better because Chuck needs all the help. Y'all like the way I talk to myself in third person? Chuck needs all the help that he can get. And plus, I want everybody to meet everyone. I like people put a face to it. And I was thinking about, you got your video done for I did. Aren't you proud of me, Leanne? Huh? Hey, and I had Blend on there for more than 5 seconds. We moving right along over here at Life with Blend and Chuck. You talk to yourself in third person. When I want an intelligent conversation, that's who I talk to. Myself. Getting ready for my interview on Yogi Hall Farm. Are you going to be doing that today, Gail? It's for their 7 reasons, 7 F's, or I can't recall what it's 7 F's. Is that right, Gail? I'm thinking that's what it is. And she comes on after I do sometime. I only go about an hour. But what was I talking about? Leanne, you got me all rattled and off track and procrastinate. No, nobody would ever do that. 7F goal setting. That's right. And I can't remember what time it was. Did you mention what happened? What time is, let's see, Sunday? I'm going back up through here. I don't see it. If you did, I do not see it, but whatever your time is Sunday, I'd like everybody. What happens when you talk in the second person? I've never thought about that, Leanne. Now that's going to be in my head. I'm going to lose sleep tonight wondering what you talk about in the second person. Hey, Rebecca, how in the world are you? So good to see you. Appreciate you coming in this morning. 7 F's are at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 Central Time for normal people. And Leanne's going to be their guest next week. Let's see. Let me put that up there so y'all can read. Y'all don't have to listen to me. 7 at 1 p.m. Eastern or 12 o'clock Central Time. And that's on, is that, do they switch that up? That one of them goes on Yogi's Hollow's channel, and then the next week one of them you go on Mountain Grandma's channel. I just can't remember. I'm horrible at remembering things. And Gail's, if you look here, Gail's Southern Living, hers is at 4 p.m. Central on her Sunday Live. So hello, 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 the organized pineapple. Y'all, this lady right here shames me. Every time I watch one of her videos, I hang my head in shame because she's talking about being organized, and she's talking about getting things done, and she's talking about things that I wish that I was. But every time I look at video, I have to look at myself in the mirror and say, you are a failure. You are no good. Actually, I don't do that. Appreciate that, Cindy. Who am I talking to? Cindy or Gary or both of y'all? Y'all both. Yes, 1 week is Mountain Grandma, the next at Yogi Hollow Farm. That's all right, Rebecca. Busy going back and forth between two live videos. Hey, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. Got both Gary and Cindy. I tell you what, Cindy has Gary out there working like a pack mule. You hear me? She runs. I mean, every time I see him out there, he's chopping wood and or he's building some kind of raised beds, or she even has him in there cooking. I seen him one time on one of their. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now I seen Gary one time. She had him on his knees in the kitchen. And I said, get up, Gary. Come on, man. You're better than that. But in fact, he just laid down on the floor. I think he took a little nap while he was down there. Working like a rented mule. Oh, goodness. Oh, anyway, what I was trying to tell y'all, I am going to put this link up here. So if you want to come up, and I'm just going to, if it's just one person, I'll talk to you until the cows come home. But if I got a line of people lined up, we're gonna talk to you and not try and just be rude or anything, but just try and that way I can get as many people as wants to come up and show their face on the World Wide Web. Cindy, you've been asked a question. Delana, the Canning Nana, is going to collaboration next week on What I Love and Not Dehydrate Again on March 25th. Now, I hadn't done too much of that dehydrating. Now, I'm going to have to watch y'all how y'all do that because I'm not too good at all that.
I want to learn.
Belinda's in there yelling, saying she wants to learn. She wants to learn. Tell you, go back in there with your headache. Oh, I was going to put this link. I'm going to put this link right here, and it would thrill my heart if I don't have to beg people to come up and visit with me for just a minute. How about that? Did I get it up there right? Yeah, I did get it up there right. She does definitely dehydrate. I get dehydrated too when I don't drink. Got my big cup, Shady Acres, shameless plug. Everybody fusses at me for bringing my big cups when we go somewhere in the vehicle because it always spills. And I can understand that. No, I'm not. I hadn't done too much dehydrating, but I tell you what I have done. I have done some canning. I will send her a shout and get into collaboration. Hey, Nick, how in the world are you? Look here who I've got coming up on my screen right now. Gary.
Hello.
I am in the presence. What?
Hello.
You doing all right today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I can't complain. What Cindy got you working on now? I know she's got you doing something.
Well, I've been out taking care of the milk cow and letting the calf nurse, and I cleaned out a pen, and I hauled some manure to the garden, and I loaded feed to go to the feed barrels, and I had a phone appointment with somebody, and now I'm in getting me a little second breakfast.
Okay, a second breakfast. I hadn't had a first breakfast. You know, I wish I did. I don't eat breakfast that much, and I don't know why, because I enjoy it when I do. And you eat 2 breakfasts. You eat enough for both of us.
Yeah, usually first breakfast is coffee or something like that, just something to drink. Yeah. And that's usually about 4:30 in the morning. And then I do some chores and stuff, and about 9 or so I eat again.
Now, Gail, I'll get to you in just a minute. You help other people on their farm with their cows and stuff, if I understand right. I mean, I know you got some of your own that you food with, but you help other people as well, don't you? Come on.
I couldn't understand you. I'm wiggling the rabbit ears, see if I get a better reception.
I was saying that you work on, you help other people with their farms and the cattle and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I do a lot of ranch day work. In fact, here in just a little bit, I'm going to go work on a ranch here in a minute. And I did yesterday. I do a lot of ranch day work.
And I've seen on a couple of videos, Cindy rides along with you a lot of times.
Yeah, she likes to go feed with me on days that she doesn't have anything else that she's tied to. So, yeah, that's always enjoyable to ride around the feed truck and look at the cattle, and she likes to go do that with me.
You know, our children, and I know you have grown children, but our children have grown, and for years and years and years, we had 4 children, and I don't know how, there's like 10 years between the oldest and the youngest. And for years and years and years, our lives centered around them, going this way and that way. And it's just the nature of having children. You always got something to do. But when they got older, Glenn and I were able to start doing stuff and together. And I just enjoy that. I mean, I really do. I like it when we go work together, when we go just do whatever together. It's just not. I didn't realize what I was missing out on.
Yeah, I enjoy being around. Even when the kids were little, we did a lot of that. I worked for myself, and the kids would go with us and help us. And my kids can sleep in the back bed of the hay truck while I'm loading the trailer. They didn't have a problem with that. So,
well, we had our children. Seemed like they were always busy with something. I loved when mine were younger, taking them hunting and fishing and all that kind of stuff. We always had a good time. Of course, they played sports, and it just always kept us busy. But Blenda's sitting right here. You want to say hi to everybody? Just poke your head in. They don't have to look at you too hard. Look at her. Oh, I don't know what I just done here. Say hello. Where'd you go?
I'm hiding.
Y'all say hello to Blenda. Look how pretty she is. She'll be old tomorrow, though.
Hello, Blenda.
She'll be.
So, how much older are you, Chuck?
How much older? I am 6.5 years older than Blenda. I'm 54 years old, and I won't tell you how old she is.
I think you just did.
I married a young girl so I could train her, and that backfired on me. That didn't work out. Hey, Belinda. Leanne's waving at you.
Hey.
I was telling Belinda about your canning video, Leanne. Danielle's 4 years younger than Nick. Yeah, she Belinda was 18 when we married, and I was 24. We got married on July the 4th.
So where does this guy live?
Gary, Belinda was asking me where y'all live. Gary and Cindy, they live out in Kansas. They live out in the where the big.
We live in the Flint Hills of Kansas.
Flat Hills. Yeah.
The Flint Hills.
Flint Hills.
Hi, everybody.
Hey there,
Yeah,
Cindy.
Flint Hills. Yeah.
Flint Hills.
Out in the prairie. Yeah. Yeah, we're not far from Laura Ingalls Wilder's Little House on the Prairie, just about an hour and a half.
You just
So,
made
yeah.
Belinda just excited as all get out. She loves that.
Yeah. We've been able to go to two of the sites, the one here in Kansas and the one in Missouri. We'd like to go to the couple of the other ones.
Right.
Don't they have some in Minnesota?
Hey, Steve.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. And South Dakota and then in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Almanzo's home place.
Yeah,
I think,
in New York is Almanzo's home place. And then they have a couple sites in South Dakota and a couple in Minnesota.
Something like that.
Yeah, they have like they have one for Little House in the Big Woods, and then I think there's another site there for something else. Yeah, but yeah, I'm a huge Laura Ingalls Wilder fan. So.
Hey, Scott, I didn't see you coming in. Appreciate you coming in. Well, Belinda likes. I can't keep up. We used to watch we had all the videos. Seemed like we watched all of them, didn't we? When the kids were little. Yeah, and we'd go back and watch them over and over and over and over again. But
In my opinion, the book and the TV series are two completely different things.
Yeah,
the books are completely different.
Right.
got a fella Kansan in the room there with you, Gary. Look at there.
All right. Thank you. Cool.
How you doing, Julie?
I have to get this phone all the way to the end of my arm so I can read it.
It was Julie Cook, Cindy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Julie. How are you?
I know you probably can't see the comment or in the chat.
Yeah, we did.
When
we
you put
did.
it up on the screen, we can.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, when you click on it. Yep.
Cindy, I don't want you influencing my wife now. She works me hard enough as it is, but she sees what you do with Gary.
Oh, that's only half of it.
That's only what you get on film, huh?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Most days it's too windy to film, so I work him hard.
Well, I guess it keeps him out of trouble.
It
How you
does.
doing, Jimmy?
It does.
She turns the camera off when she's afraid she might be breaking child labor laws with me.
Yeah.
Now,
They watch that on YouTube. They really do. They don't want you using your children as slave labor.
children is
She is older than me.
Yes. Yeah. I am. I am a whole whopping 9 months. So yeah. I was being born and he was being conceived a mile away from where my parents lived.
Oh goodness. Hey, Gary, I won't ask how old Cindy is, but how old are you?
I'm 46, I think.
Yeah, we're 46. Right now, I'm not. Right now, we're the same age.
Yeah.
Okay. Right
For another month.
I can't call her my old lady till April.
Oh, April. So you're only a month away. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. A month today, I think.
I never.
Yeah,
called
I'm-
you
You
old.
say that I'm old.
That's okay. We have the family tradition. So, like, Gary's brother's wife is actually a month older than Gary. And Gary's brother's 2 years younger than Gary and a month. 2 years and 1 month younger than Gary. So my father-in-law has so much fun with it. And then our middle girl, her boyfriend is about 3 years younger than her. So she's holding on to that older woman.
I think the Bellamy Brothers wrote a song about that.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. I'm 44. I best respect that. I don't know who he's throwing that at.
I guess me. You know, Chuck, we were talking about older kids, or you were talking about your kids being grown and stuff. Now, as I'm holding this camera here where I can see you, I'm going to show you something if I can.
Okay.
Can you see the shields and the swords hanging on our wall?
Yeah.
Yep. Our two oldest children were in a missions program, and they ended up overseas in very hard places. And when they went, we were given those shields, and we hung them on the wall as a reminder to pray for them in those very hard places as they were serving as missionaries.
Really?
And
Neat.
and then we were given swords when they came back. When they survived, they got a sword, and we hung those there, and that's a reminder to pray for my two older kids.
Okay.
I've got a younger one that's still at home, but she is an adult. But
Yeah.
that's my two older shields hanging behind me.
Well,
That's neat.
that is neat. Hello, Happy Hen, and I know I've missed some people probably because I get to looking, and I apologize so much for that. We just lost Gary, and I think his internet probably went out on him. Gail, what? I can still pass for a 21-year-old on a good day. Thank you so much, Sharon. Appreciate it. Let's see. But I will always be younger than Chuck. Y'all don't go smashing on the old people over here. I have been picking on Glenda a good bit because she's getting close to that 50-year mark, that half century. That's a pretty good milestone. But she looks like she's probably in her 20s, 21, 22.
I'm glad you need glasses.
But she's got a whole lot more energy than I do. She can work me under the bus. I think Gail may have left the party. I can't remember. She was waiting in line in the green room, and I guess I just got too long-winded, which I tend to do. And I apologize for that, Gail, so much. But if you want to slip back up on here, you're more than welcome to, and I will be post-haste in getting you up here. And anybody else, I need to figure out how to post this at the top. Hold on just a second. Let's see. How do I do that? What am I doing? Paste. I got it. And I'm going to do that. And then I think there's a way that I can look here. No, that ain't it. What do I do?
You hit it.
What's it do?
I don't know.
I just started. I don't know what's. All right, some of you gurus, tell me how to get my that link at the top where everybody can see it all together, because I don't know how to do that.
He said he had to put more tinfoil on the rabbit ears.
Had to put more tinfoil on the rabbit ear. Where do you see that? Oh, I see it right there. I'm looking here. Julie, 61. I'm so grateful to be this old, this day and age. No kidding. I never thought that I would pass the 50-year mark, much less get to the 54-year mark. But it is. I'm glad I did now because I got grandbabies. Back in my younger days, I didn't think I would make it because of some of the stuff I was doing. Copy and paste in the chat. Well, I thought I'd done that. I got it up in here. Live with Glenda and Chuck, StreamYard.com. like that. But I'm wanting to know how to get it up at the very top where it just stays up there. I see other people do it, and I just don't know how to do that.
If you're on YouTube, you can pin it on the chat.
Say that again.
Pin to the top of chat.
Oh, if on YouTube you can pin. Oh, okay, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. That's a big difference. Hey there, Jerusha Goss from, I guess I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. From South Mississippi, a fellow South Mississippi. Well, I see that, Michael, but I think on StreamYard it's not letting me for some reason. It's under invite. It's up. It's there. Okay. All right. I'm just not seeing things like I need to. But anybody like, just pop on real quick. I'll get the first one that comes up. And Jesse made me beg last week to get up here. That's a YouTube option, not on StreamYard. I've never tried getting on here on StreamYard. I don't even know if I can.
Charity's here.
Hey, sis, how you doing? Let me get Nick up here on the screen with us. Hold on, let me get rid of this over here. I have your headache. Well, this thing is all of a sudden going crazy on me. Lala, I have your headache. Or Lala. Y'all, Lala is what they call Blenda. When she was little, they couldn't say her name, so we call her Lala or Larla and all that kind of stuff. Let me get Nick up here. Hey, Nick, how in the world are you?
Howdy, Chuck. Howdy, Blenda.
Hey.
It's good to see you, Nick. Hey, that professional guy that you had on the other day.
Yes, sir. Dr. Don.
Dr. Don, and he was a guy that you do your bicycle ministry with?
Yeah. Yep. I do. I ride with him, and yeah, he's got some great experience. So I wanted to make sure I shared whatever he knew with everybody else about the avian influenza that's going around. And fortunately, it's not here in Arizona yet, but I think it's spreading along the Mississippi flyway. So,
that's us, isn't it?
Yeah, I know a lot of my friends in this YouTube homestead community are in states where it's been, but yeah. Anyway, it was interesting talking with him and looking at some of those resources. We got all those resources up for anybody who's interested in looking into that stuff themselves.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, y'all get over and you got it on your channel. Where do you have the information?
Yeah, you know what? I put it up in the description of that live stream from last Thursday. Yeah, so you can see it. I put up a silly picture of a chicken with one of the masks on its beak. So yeah, you can check that out and look at the description and see those different links and things like that. I also put chapter markers, which I've never done before, but I figured out how to do that, where you just type in kind of what minute and second the different topics come up at, so people can just kind of click on those and skip around to whatever they want to look at. So
I've seen that. I've seen people do that, but I've never understood how they done it. I figured it had to do with the editing software that they had, but
no, you just any video that you upload, you can go and just put those on there. You just have to put them in the description of your video. And I looked it up, and I went to YouTube's help page for it, and you just have to type in 0:00 for the first one, and then each of them have to be at least 10 seconds apart for all the different chapters. Okay. So I did that, and lo and behold, it worked. So that's fun. Hello, Gary and Cindy. It's good seeing you. I liked watching that. I really love their shields and swords, the reminders to pray. Oh yeah, I hadn't seen that before, but I thought that was great. Danielle and I really have a heart for missions, and we've been missionaries in the past, and so that's something that we think is just a great idea.
I would just like to have that hanging on my wall.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's cool looking.
Yeah.
It's got a good meaning behind it, but I just like the cool cool factor because I need all the help I can get to be cool.
Hey Scott, I don't know about that, Chuck. I mean, you could play all these instruments and sing and whatnot, and your whole family can play instruments and sing too. I mean, shoot,
Just don't do it well.
What's that?
Ow! I said I just don't do it well. My wife kicked me.
Yes, I can. I bet she kicks you all the time.
She does. No, she's all right.
She must be. She must be to be with you.
She puts up with a lot, don't she?
Yeah, I'm just joking. I love you, Chuck, and yeah, my watching these live streams of yours are some of my favorites. It's great to be up here right now, but yeah, I love it.
I was going to say, I like making videos. I do. My problem is I have such an issue with thinking of things things that I think people would be interested in. I told Glenda the other day, I said, I want people to watch the videos, but I don't want them to have to watch it. Sometimes people just feel loyal. They have to watch. I want it to go where they don't even realize that a 8-minute video has gone by. And, but it's hard for me to think of stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're already successful in that as far as I'm concerned, because I was wondering what this biochar was, and I hadn't gotten around to doing a search on YouTube about it, and then there it is. My buddy Chuck has a video on biochar, and that was funny. You guys just burning them sticks, and who was that? Your son helping you burn those sticks?
Oh, that's my youngest son.
Yeah. And I don't know, I saw some comedy in there, but it was really helpful learning about that. And I learned that we shouldn't be letting our fire just kind of die out. We got one of these metal fire pits. Danielle wanted to get one of these things. It's called Solo Stove. We used to just dig a hole in the ground and put the fire in there, but it was a Solo Stove thing that's supposed to be a smokeless fire pit, and it's not smokeless until you get it really up and running, and then it is. It's pretty great. But we always let it just go out, and then we put the ashes in with the chickens and let them kind of, take a dust bath in there, and then we put some in the compost. But I learned that it's good to put out that fire with water so you get that char and not just ash. So that was really helpful, Chuck. I sure like that.
Well, what they say is that you want to actually the proper way is to burn it under a low oxygen environment. That's why the pit, you dig a pit and you just keep piling on top, and it keeps it from burning to ash.
Okay.
But what you're looking for is you don't want it to turn to ash. That becomes potash, I guess, which is good and beneficial in ways for your garden. The char is intended, from what I understand, it's almost like it has a little sponge, got all kind of little pores in it. And what it does, it sucks up the nutrients and minerals that you add to it for whatever it is. That's why you don't put it directly into your soil until you soak it in something. And what it's supposed to do is supposed to build your soil.
Yeah.
They actually, it's pretty neat, Nick. And if you ever get a chance to look it up, they call it Terra something. It's dark soil, Terra Preta, or something like that.
Okay.
They found it in the Amazon. They found these little pockets in the Amazon jungle that was just incredibly fertile. And they discovered, which they add a lot more stuff to it than I do. That was just a simple concept, but it kind of builds itself. It feeds the soil. It helps the soil's environment, and I do it because it builds the soil. Basically, it builds it back where it's useful again.
How long have you been doing that, Chuck?
Just last couple of years, really. I just learned about it.
You can tell the difference where he used it and where he didn't use it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
A big difference.
And I think a lot of that has to just do with the fertilizer that holds. what I'm more interested is the long-term effect.
Sure.
I mean, you
Well-
put fertilizer and it'll work, but
Yeah, well, I studied a lot of soil sciences when I was in college. I needed some. They gave you these options of which classes you could choose to. I need about 500 or maybe 400 now, Leanne. Need about 400 more. So I need to
Thank
do
you,
more
Cody.
live streams. But I found out yesterday that was Gail's brother, Hog Deer 79.
yeah.
I didn't know that. So I found that out on Gail's live stream. But yeah, as taking all these soil science classes as electives for my major, I learned a whole bunch. And yeah, fire plays a really important role. And a lot of it is like what you're talking about. It can be a sponge. So I heard you mention in your video, that you need to mix it with something, or it's going to rob the nutrients from your garden that are already there. And sure enough, that makes a lot of sense from what I had studied and learned. But mixing it like with steer manure or whatever you mixed it with, that sure makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Gary and Cindy are ahead of me on the watch hours there, and I need to remember to play a bunch of their playlists so that they can
Did you
get
say
their.
you need about 500, Nick?
Yeah, 400 to 500. It varies every day, depending on what happened last year around this time, because it's the last 365 days. So we put up some chicken videos, I think, last year, and so I had some peaks and valleys there. And
Right.
we got 6 more baby chicks just this last weekend. So I got videos of all of them, and those will be going up. So that's all
Jack.
fun.
Who's she calling Jack? Or Chris? That's probably Chris. I don't know who Chris is.
Laura and Chris over there at Hedgehog's
Laura
Homestead.
and Chris over there. Hey, speaking of burning, they just burned off their property,
Yeah.
and they got like 100. I want to say 60 acres. That's a field, but they burned it off, and which I only seen part of it. I think I got a part 2 coming out with it, but it's kind of scary when you go to burn and that wind gets up.
Yeah.
Remy just said I just put your whole playlist at work and we'll do it once I get back home.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ram.
If y'all know Rem's up in Canada. He's enjoying snow right now. He loves that snow. I think he gets out and plays in it all the time, and he especially likes it when it blocks his door and he has to tunnel out through it. And it's me. That clears it up there. I figure it's Laura. What? Hold on, let's see. Bryson said, I think I'm the reason our county's under a What in the world did you do, Bryson? What'd you burn down? Oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to get. Part 2 is coming out today. I love a good burn. I do. I don't know about. Do you do that? Do y'all do that over there at? Well, I'm trying to click off this thing. I keep clicking. Do y'all do that over there, Nick? Where you burn off property?
Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's people burning stuff all the time over here. In fact, the national forest, they burn as often as they can. But it gets so dry here that it comes and goes. We might have had snow just a couple days ago, but the humidity here is like in the teens or 20s a lot of the time. So things just dry out so quick. So they could put a burn ban on, and we might have had snow, a couple of weeks ago, or even rain. So it just depends. You just gotta kind of be in tune with what the city, county, and national forest officials are recommending. So there's a burn ban in effect right now. So we're not supposed to be burning.
People around here, they burn all the time. I got neighbors and these folks out here in the country, I don't think they worry about permits, and I don't even know if you got to have them down here in South Mississippi, to be honest with you. But they've been doing it all their life, You know,
Yeah.
burn off these pine trees. They got a lot of pine trees and woods and stuff, and they like to burn them off this time of year. And I just like it. I like to go by and drive by and see the line of flames, especially at night.
Yeah.
Going through the woods, it just clears everything off.
And sometimes it jumps the road.
And sometimes it jumps the road. Yeah, we right up the road here.
I did it one time.
Yeah, me and Belinda, back when we first got married, we had a house and we had like 4 or 5 acres. I don't know what it was. And they had a field. And of course, we didn't have 2 pennies scrubbed together hardly. I had, I think, a push lawnmower, and I wasn't going to push that field. I said, I'm going to burn it.
Yep.
And it started off good. I started out burning, out working it here, working it there. And next thing you know, we get it on the fence line and get it going in the right direction. And the wind come out of nowhere. You hear me? I mean, it was horrible. And me and her was out there running and beating and panicking. And we had fire going everywhere.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it's been 30 years. Right in. No, yeah, probably about 28, because it was our first house that we bought.
Yeah. Did you have kids then?
We may have had 1. Oh, we had 2 at the time? I don't know, Nick. You asked.
I like to ask the hard questions, Chuck.
When you go to ask me to remember stuff, my goodness. That's why I married Belinda. She's so much younger, she can remember. Hey there, Niecy.
Hey, Niecy. Now, Niecy's up in Idaho, is that right? Montana,
I
I think.
Better, Bryson.
Let's see. Bryson wasn't feeling
He said
good.
he had a headache.
I had a headache. Yeah, all
Oh.
this rain and stuff. Must be something to do with them Haydens. Got to go get the animals taken care of. I understand. I'm trying not to sneeze, and I didn't want to make it obvious, but now it has gotten to that point where I've got to make it obvious. All right. I think I've done it. I think I have overcome the sneeze desire.
I'll tell you what, Bryson put up a CCW video. Did you see that one?
I did see that.
Yeah, I appreciated that. I thought that was a really nice, logical approach to talk about the CCW stuff.
Bryson's very knowledgeable with all that.
Yeah.
All that he had. He knows that, and he does instructor courses.
Yeah, I heard that. Yep.
Yeah. And he does also, we are part of, and our church is part of what's called the Baptist Missionary Association, the BMA of America.
Uh-huh.
And they have a conference, like a yearly conference or association, and they have different conferences and all that. And I don't know if he still does it, but he was running the security for those events. He would go ahead.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that.
Yeah. If it was at a convention center or something like that, he'd have to go ahead and make all the preparations for the security of the event, with the happenings of the last several years. It's getting more and more.
Yeah. I'm not on the security team at our church, but our church meets at a big, it's like a concert hall. We have our own building, but our church grew too big. So we had to meet at this kind of conference hall. And, anyway, we got a security team, all these, retired military and police and sheriff guys, kind of run the security team, and they do a great job at it. But we had some guys come in who, they're on a hike, and they came in, and they're looking to use the restroom and some water, and they realized that this building was open, and it's not usually open on the weekends, but it was open. And anyhow, they come in and they did all kinds of stuff. One of them ended up in the children's ministry area. He wasn't supposed to be. That was downstairs. He wasn't supposed to be down there. anyway, the security team, they started talking about, what should we do? These guys don't seem like they're a threat, but they're kind of all over the place and
Right.
seem to be kind of lost or, without a shepherd, and invited them to come in, but they weren't there to come to church. They were there to, just use the facilities, so to speak.
Right.
So anyway, they had me go out there and talk to them. And sure enough, I got their names and figured out who they were and what they're up to. And, it's one of those things that I had a boss one time when I worked retail, and he said the best way to prevent any kind of, this loss prevention is what they call it, people stealing stuff, is just to acknowledge people being there and to talk them up and see what they're up to, what's going on in their life, who they are, and just to stick with them and hang out with them kind of, and so I did that kind of, and these guys didn't want to come back. They came back 3 weeks in a row, and then they came this 1 week, and just talking to them made a big difference, because the security, they were just kind of following them around, watching them and stuff, but they weren't really engaging with them, just invited them into the church, but they said, no, we're just here to use the restroom and stuff, just walk around. So I thought it was really interesting that sometimes security can be as simple as just being friendly to someone and saying hello, acknowledging their presence and seeing who they are.
Hey, Zany made the topic. We're just talking. That's all we're doing. It's just different topics. We just got on here. I was telling somebody earlier. I think I was telling Nick about, I like to make the videos and all that, but I really like to, one of my favorite parts of my week is getting on here and talking with people, people that I follow all during the week and that I've seen for the last several months. I just like talking with people. There's Brian. I talked with him. He was on our interview a couple of weeks ago. And Brian, I don't know if you've watched it yet, Nick. He made a trailer that lifts. Engineered it with all kind of scrap stuff that he got.
You know what? I saw that come up on my feed, and I think I put it on watch later, but I don't think I've seen it yet. So I need to go check that one out. Thanks for the reminder.
It's pretty cool. It really is.
Hey, I saw Charity's trying to get rid of 2 indoor cats.
Yeah. They've had these cats, and her husband is the cat person. He loves the cats, and
Thank you, Leanne.
I'm trying to figure out what you thanking Leanne for. But she found out her little baby, her son, our 2-year-old grandbaby is allergic to cats, and he has. I agree with you, Scott. It is more personable. I just enjoy. I like speaking with everybody, but it humanizes you. But anyway, he has the Down syndrome. He's more susceptible to a lot of different things,
okay.
and so she's had him all his life. He's 2 years old, but they think that may be some of the issues that he might have every now and then would break. I don't know, but they said he was allergic to them, so she's trying to get rid of them.
Yeah. I understand that. I'm allergic to cats, and we had them in my house growing up all my life. But then when I came back from college, my mom's cat was sleeping on the pillow of my bed, when I came home. And I realized real quick, something's really not right here. And, I'd sleep in a different bed in the house, guest room, and no allergies. And so my family, they all love cats, and they'd love to have cats, but not here. It's not going to work for me.
Well, when our kids started getting old enough to want things, I put my foot down. I said, we're not having any cats. We're not having any dogs. We're not having any pets. We're not. And they didn't listen to me. So a lot of the stuff, let's see, Charity said he has eczema, hives, and runny nose.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's not just mild allergies, that's for sure.
Gets silly and off track and takes 20 minutes to eject control. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've told them we are not getting another pet, and we wound up with another pet.
Yep.
My youngest son's been talking to me about getting a bird. I showed him Robert from Daybird Aviaries, and he's got all them birds, and so
this is the son that was burning sticks with you to make biochar.
Yeah. He loves anything. He's one of these, got the mindset that he wants to do everything, and he wants to do everything right now.
That's just like my youngest son.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Research it.
Oh yeah, he researches it too. He
Is that right?
And drives you crazy, telling you what all he's researched. And and for the first hour and a half, I'm like, I can listen pretty good, but after 4 or 5 days of it, I'm like, my eyes start roll back in my head. And
Yeah. So what type of bird does he want to get?
Congee or no, a cockatiel, maybe cockatiel. That sounds like
goes back and forth.
Yeah, he's mentioned a bunch of different ones. He didn't find out for weeks. How in the world did you hide it? My goodness. You're talking about the security, and I see Heather's post up here. We talking about security out here, which we're not that big of a church. Not too many people can sit and listen to me very long, but we talked about having security, this, that, and the other, and then we all got to thinking about it, said, well, a bunch of people in there carry anyway, it's like
Yep.
it comes in, it's but I mean it's good, and plus well, at that time we had a loft where people could see, and we out in country, and I know it could happen anywhere. I understand that, but the likelihood of something like that happening way out here, and it's a good community. I don't know, what I'm saying? It is. It's not something that we worry a whole lot about.
Yeah, well, here in our town, people are pretty friendly. They're friendly at a distance, and
Right.
I think it's honestly because pretty much everybody is a CCW carrier here in our town, and they got Ruger Firearms manufacturing all their pistols. That's where they manufacture them. Here is in the city of Prescott, kind of the main town in our area, and so there's a lot of people that are ex-military, ex-law enforcement, and pretty much you should just bet on everybody carrying around here because that's just kind of the norm. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. That's kind of the way I feel about it here too. But
Yep. Middle of the day when I had the cat out.
Oh, cat's out of the bag, huh?
Cat's out. Now,
Couldn't hide it for too long, could you, Zany man?
well, look, it's getting time. It's 9:58. It's getting about time for me to wrap her up and get some work done around here.
Chuck.
For my mother. Hold on just a second. Let me look.
Yeah.
Stay right there, Nick.
All right.
I got something for you. Could we pray for Mother? She had to put down her golden retriever and oldest weather goat yesterday due to animal rights. Cops giving her a visit. Her name is Pat. We certainly
Definitely.
Does that make sense?
Definitely be praying for Pat.
Yeah. And we certainly will. When we get off here, Leanne, we'll certainly pray for your mother or your mother-in-law, rather. I apologize. But for right now, we're going to ease everybody in the chat. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sorry if I get kind of sidetracked, and I don't mean to forget you. I certainly don't. I will try. And Scott says, keep his dad in your prayers as well. We certainly will, Scott.
Yeah, we'll do.
I will try and do better about getting people on here so I don't have to surprise everybody and you don't have to feel sorry for me and jump up on here. But I'm glad that you do, and I appreciate it so much. Nisi, it's good to see you. Scott says his dad's at the Heart Institute,
Okay.
and we certainly want to remember him. But I do appreciate all of y'all coming. We will try and do better at trying to get guests on. Like I said, we're going to have Hog Deer 79 Cody on maybe next week. We still feel sorry for you, Chuck. Come on, Scott. Don't feel sorry for me unless it works. If it works,
I was gonna say, Chuck, you had a hard time getting me on your live stream originally, but you know what? Now we're on Pacific time because Arizona's time doesn't change with the time change. So now we're on Pacific. So yeah, I gotta go right now and start my work. Whereas, a few months ago, I couldn't join your live stream. I was already working. So
I will, and anybody that's listening, and I have an about page. You can get my email. You're more than welcome to shoot me a link. I didn't think I got my phone number. You can shoot me a text. I don't care. And if you are interested in just being on here, Miss Belinda will take care of you. Yeah, she will too. I guarantee you that. She does far beyond. Anyway, I'm trying to get off here. Y'all get if y'all want to, if you're interested. I've been trying to get some other channels that a little bit kind of out of the loop, if you might say, and try and introduce them as well. But I do want to remember those that have been good and loyal and friendly to me as well. So, but you only got so many hours in a day, so we got to kind of space it out. Anyway, Nick, appreciate it. Thank you,
Chuck,
bud.
Thanks for having me on. Belinda, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
I hope y'all have a good day, everybody. And you can't stay during the day. Well, I'd love to do a collab. We'll have to get together, Rim. If you want Loopy, I'm all about Loopy. I guarantee that. All right. Well, look, my dogs are going crazy outside. I'm going to see what they're yapping at. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Have a good one, everybody.
We'll see.
God bless.